Our final speaker of the evening is a man who I've known and admired for some time. William McNary has worked in the public interest for 20 years. He's worked as a lobbyist in the public interest in Springfield with the Illinois legislature and in the U.S. Congress. In 1999, he was elected the president of U.S. Action, the largest national coalition of progressive organizations in the country. In 2000, he became co-director of Citizen Action Illinois. Mr. McNary is a founding board member of the Fannie Lou Hamer Project. He also serves as the board member for the Public Campaign, the Health and Medicine Policy Research Group, and the Center for Tax and Budget Accountability. He holds a BA from the University of Iowa, and he may be the best dressed man in the room. So please give it up for Bill McNary.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
You know, my mama always told me you can tell what kind of a crowd you're standing in front of by the way they greet friends or by the way they greet strangers when they greet you. So let's try that again. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now that's more like it. You all do my mama proud. Would y'all do me a favor? You're talking about in the tradition of Mort Saul and Lenny Bruce and Richard Pryor. Did not Aaron Freeman make you laugh out loud? Give him that. Even in these times, it's good to keep a sense of humor. In U.S. Action, we say there are three kinds of people. People that make things happen, people that watch things happen, and then there are people that don't know what's happening. I can't think of any place else in the world I would rather be on a Tuesday evening than right here in the 10th District in Northbrook, Illinois, in a room full of progressive people who are not just content to spectate or commentate or pontificate about life, but people who are active participants in the movement for change. I truly believe with all of my heart, because you all are gathered here tonight, we are one step closer to ceasing this reckless, senseless war without end and bringing our noble men and women, our brave sons and daughters, our valiant mothers and fathers, all of our troops safely home to us. And if you believe that, well, then Mark Church has sent you. Let him hear you all the way wherever the hell he is tonight. All the presenters, the musicians who preceded me, let me thank you for challenging our heads with good information. Thank you for challenging our hearts with good inspiration and challenging our feet with good instruction. Having me speak at a forum like this is never a 50-50 proposition, I guarantee you. I've already received more wisdom and inspiration than I can possibly give. So with that disclaimer, let me tell you, like Britney Spears told her first two husbands, I won't keep you long. Let me be time disciplined as we take a stand. How appropriate it is that on this date, today, August 28th, is the 44th anniversary of the historic March on Washington. On this date, we rededicate and recommit ourselves to the same ideals of peace and equality, jobs, and justice. My friends, we have the opportunity right now to not only redefine politics in the year 2008, but we need to chart a new course for this nation. But if we are to chart this course and to change America's priorities, this cannot just be that we're to the left of America and we are righter and we are smarter and we are better and we are purer than everybody else. We have to see ourselves in the center of people's lives because that's where we are, that's where we live. It's not us, it is our political direction that is off center. So we must have the moral courage and the confidence to believe that we can change the course of our nation, starting with ending this war in Iraq. And so, as Josh told you, as we gather here in the 10th Congressional District, there are 80 organizers all across the country having similar town hall meetings in 16 states across the country, targeting 40 senators, congressmen, and congresswomen. Tonight here, as we gather in Northbrook, There's another town hall meeting going on in Illinois in Congressman Tim Johnson's district in Champaign. And there's another town hall meeting going on in Congressman Ray LaHood's district in Peoria. And so tonight, we are calling on Congressman Kirk and all of those congressmen who continue to rubber stamp the president's reckless, senseless war without ends to begin to exercise their proper role of checks and balances and stand with over 70% of the American people and stand up to President Bush and let the next vote, let the next vote that they passed on the war in Iraq be one, a vote for just the escalation of more bloodshed, will be a vote for redeployment and withdrawal. We will not allow the will of one nation to continue to be thwarted by the stubbornness of one man. We will get our troops out of Iraq, and the time to do it is now. Right now. Right now. Not 10 years from now. Right now. So my brothers and sisters, let's have unity of purpose. Let's rededicate ourselves, but I want to just give you a little announcement here. As we're organizing, they're organizing. Sunday, August the 26th, Sun Times. Ari Fleischer's deceptive message. Freedom Watch, the former Bush press secretary's new pro-Iraq war group, has little to do with veterans and everything to do with politics. Let me read for a second. If you happen to reside in the district of a Republican congressman whose support of the Iraq war is wavering, or in a state where a Republican senator is facing re-election next year, you may see a moving TV commercial featuring a veteran who has lost both legs in Iraq, and it delivers a familiar message. They attacked us before on 9/11, and they will attack us again if we do not fight on until victory. Now, nobody is going to argue with John Chrysler, who's the veteran, who appears in this ad and whose sacrifices are all too obvious. When he gazes out on that screen to admonish us that this is no time for politics, he is probably sincere. However, that same degree of sincerity should not necessarily be attributed to Freedom's Watch, which is a new right-wing organization that is financing those ads. And unlike Vote Best, which is the group that belongs to our coalition, which is real veterans, these ads are paid for by Republican fundraisers such as Melvin Simbler, the shopping mall magnate, whose rewards have included ambassadorial posts in Australia and most recently in Italy, Anthony Gioia from Buffalo, New York, a macaroni manufacturer who served as ambassador to Malta, and Howard Leach, a wealthy California groceries distributor who served as ambassador to France. The brains behind this operation? Former White House press secretary Ari Fleischer, who has spent many hours on the press podium repeating these same misleading messages that Freedom's Watch is now going to be soliciting. With people like these in charge, they're expected to raise $15 million in the first phase. And it has nothing to do with politics, right? Or else it has everything to do with politics, namely to bolster the embattled base of supporters for Bush and intimidate Republicans who might defect during the next vote on this war.